Welcome back. In the previous session, we have tried out the deep research mode of both Gemini and ChatGPT, and so that Gemini was doing an excellent job. Now, in this particular session, we will be looking at the deep research mode of Grok, Perplexity, and Consensus, and we'll see how well they are doing in this particular scenario for research proposal writing. Okay, so the I will just refresh the title and smart objectives of this particular study. So the study that we are planning to write is impact of abandoning routine gastric residual volume monitoring on feeding intolerance and NEC incidence, a comparative study across two tertiary NICUs in Alberta, Canada, and we got two smart objectives. Now I'm using the exact same study and exact same prompt so that it will be easier for us to compare the results created by the different AI tools. That's why I'm not going for the multiple topics for different AI, different deep research AI models. Now we had a very elaborate prompt for writing this. Now initially I'll be going to consensus. Okay, I'm putting that particular prompt here. So you remember the prompt, right? So it was a very beautiful prompt created by the prompt generator. So let me have a detailed look. Okay, I made a few changes. Let me show you the changes. Okay. The changes I made is in the previous one, there were 4 different types of appendices were there, and some of them were useless. So I removed 2 of them and added the option for creating a Gantt chart. Okay, basically the Gantt chart is won't be that great, but let's see whether these 3 tools can create a Gantt chart. In addition to that, we already had a chat in ChatGPT and Gemini, right? So I'll just put the Gantt chart creation feature as a follow-up for the proposal created and see whether they can create a beautiful Gantt chart also. Okay, Gantt chart for the 6-month period. Okay, so that will be better. Now, in case of consensus, we have to go for the deep option. Okay, so in a month, we will get access to 3 deep search options. I used 2 of them already, so that's why I'm left with 1. So I'll activate that. Then in the filter, if I'll just go for Q1, Q2, and Q4, Q3, and also go for the open access. Okay, applying 2 filters and then running this. So hopefully this will go through my prompt and will start identifying the most appropriate articles. And based on that, it should write the detailed write-up for me. Okay. Okay, it started its work. So this is a 9-step process. So you can see this is step number 1. It's not showing the denominator. Okay, now it's an 8-step process. So this will take around 5 to 10 minutes. So in the meantime, let me go to Perplexity. Okay, in the Perplexity, if, like we already discussed it earlier, we have to go into the research mode. Okay, for doing this, and for the focus or the sources, we need to disable web and activate academic so that we get the references only from the academic sources, putting the same prompt. Okay, Gantt chart for the 6-month period. Earlier, when I tried to do it any sort of writing with Perplexity, the writing part was, visualization part was pathetic with Perplexity. But let's see. So activating this and let's run this. This again will take some time. So we will now move on to Grok. Okay, now I have taken Grok. In the Grok, there are 2 different options. One is called expert mode, which write it in expert way, and the last second one is deep search. Okay, so we will go for the deep search, which is even more better in doing it. And within deep search, I activate the expert mode. Okay, so 2 combinations. Then I paste the same prompt. Grok again is not that expert in visualization, but let's see how well it's doing. Okay, so I'm running this. In my previous experience, Grok was the one that writes the fastest way. You can see Grok has already created the report. So this is one bad thing because this particular proposal creation needs some time. Even though we have chosen deep search, it's not thinking or anything. It's instantly writing the article. Okay, so you can see the article is being written in an instant. So that obviously shows that it's not the expert mode that is, even though we selected the expert mode, it's not the expert mode that is being activated. This is a fast mode. without much thinking and all. It's creating a Gantt chart, but the quality will be bad. So that's the issue, and there won't be any articles, citations also. Okay, so that's the one bad thing. You can see there are no citations. It's completely created from its uh, using its memory, but there is no reference to any articles or anything. Okay, so that's a very bad thing regarding Grok. So let me just give a follow up, like rewrite by properly do the referencing from PubMed articles on the same topic on the about topic. I'll just force it to search in PubMed. Okay, about topic. Include them in the uh, them as citations. So I'm telling like rewrite by properly do properly performing the referencing. That would be a better word. PubMed on the articles on the about topic, include them as citations. Okay. So I hope that this will do some referencing now. Yeah, now it's doing searching the web. Okay. So earlier also for other topics, when I tried to do the deep research in deep search in Grok, it was not doing that initial checkup. It is instantly giving me the result. So that is a bad thing, because it is supposed to do a lot of referencing, look at the similar articles and how they are structured, and then write the article. Then only the quality will be better. Okay, now it's doing the evidence integration. Okay, now it's getting better. Okay. Now you can see the reference articles here. Okay. So here is another citation. Next one and so on. Okay. Now we are getting so many PubMed references, study objectives. This is fine. In hypothesis, there is some references now. I don't know why, but it's getting so much references now. Uh, okay. Okay, so let's have a look at what happening with others. Okay, Perplexity is still doing its work. Coming to consensus. Okay, consensus has finished the work. So we will have a detailed look. So let's look at the title. So title is the exact same title that we had given, short title. It has given spaces for principal investigator, co-investigator, sponsor. Okay, everything's good. Study sites, again, it has put some placeholders to put the name of the hospitals. Executive summary, it is focusing on necrotizing enterocolitis, even though it was our second objective. Then there are so many nice references in the summary, but usually we don't put any references in the summary, but that's fine. Primary objective. Okay. Now it added some extra objectives. Even though we had only two objectives, there are four objectives now, two primary and two secondary. Okay, that's not a good thing, because it's not supposed to modify the objective, but rather than modifying, it should expand on it, right? Then study design is retrospective cohort. Okay. Ethics, privacy. So we'll go for the detailed write-up part, background and rationale. Okay. Rationale is not that great, but it's written, but I don't feel like this is at par with the novelty and rationale that has been written with Gemini. Then coming to the problem statement. Problem statement seems to be good. Study objective. So this is a part where I'm really unhappy, because it has completely changed my primary and secondary objectives. Then added a hypothesis, study design. Okay, it's telling it's strobe aligned. Rationale for a design choice, fine. Study setting, that is fine. It has put the site A and site B. Participant eligibility criteria. Okay, it has put 3 inclusion criteria, 4 exclusion criteria. Then recruitment process, participant flow, excellent. Exposure definition, routine GRE monitoring, abandoned routine, okay, fine. Operational criteria, outcomes and definition. So primary outcome is feeding intolerance. Then other definitions of it. That is good. Then NEC incidents, a suspected and confirmed definition. Okay, this part is good. Secondary outcomes, it has mentioned so many secondary outcomes. Covariates and potential confounders, infant factors, and feeding nutrition factors, unit level practice factors. Okay, data collection methodology, data abstraction methods, variable dictionary. Okay, nutrition feeding variable. This is good. So I'm happy with the rest of the process. Only issue was regarding the how it's written the introduction, that the rationale was not up to the mark. Then how it modified my objectives. Okay, so coming to the bias part, so it's covering selection bias, information bias, confounding, temporal and secular bias, observers. Okay, bias is covered in a proper manner. Then regarding the study size, okay, planned approach, okay, sampling modeling. Let's see the statistical analysis plan. Analysis will follow STROP guidelines, two-sided test with, okay, that's fine. Analysis conducted using RO. Even the software's name is also mentioned. Descriptive analysis, primary analysis, okay. Log binomial regression, fine. Time to event. Outcome, okay, this is also fine. Secondary analysis, it's not mentioning any form of visualization, but other than that, it's fine. Missing data plan is there. Okay, data management, ethics. Okay. Thing is, in the waiver part, it hasn't mentioned that special waiver of consent that is can be obtained in Canada. So that is not specifically mentioned. It is just telling like waiver of individual informed consent will be requested. Okay, so that part is missing. Both Gemini and ChatGPT were smart enough to identify, like, since the study is in Canada, there is a specific guideline in Canada which can be based on which we can obtain the waiver of consent. Then here is a timeline: month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Roles of individual, all the members of the team. Budget is not that good because in the Gemini's and ChatGPT's budget, it has properly assigned some amount and how it will be like distributed. So that was properly given, but that is not coming here. References part, it has cited the links, but it's not in a proper any particular format, not in a Vancouver or any standard format or standard citation style. Coming to the appendices, Strobe alignment table has been created. Fine. Gantt chart, this is not a proper Gantt chart because in Gantt chart, the sometimes the that lines will be superimposing over the other, right? But this is not superimposing, and it's not in a it's just a textual version of a Gantt chart also, right? It's not a proper version. Okay. Data collection form, okay, it has created a neat data collection form and a limitation. Okay, so we can directly export it as a copy with citation. So everything, including the links, will be copied and it will be can be pasted into Word, or I can export it directly to PDF. Okay, so I'm thinking like this has done a neat job. So out of the three, now so far I will rank Gemini as number one, ChatGPT Gemini Deep Research as rank one, ChatGPT as rank two, and now Consensus as rank three. Let's have a look at the proposal that is written with our Grok AI. Now, initially, when it created the visualization, it has done a very bad job. Like it was done in an instant without doing any proper deep research. Even though we have activated deep research, it hasn't refers to PubMed. So the writing part was really shallow. Then we gave a follow prompt to like refer to PubMed articles and then rewrite the entire content. So based on that, it has done the evidence integration, strengthened the rationale based on similar studies, okay, and gave a balanced view. So this is the research proposal that is recreated. So we got a title page, investigator details with a placeholder, three placeholders for co-investigators, funding source, submission date, and so on. Just put, yeah, okay. Then comes the executive summary. It has put references even now. Now it has got so many references here and there, unnecessary as well. So even in summary also there are some references. Then background and rationale. So it is properly referring some previous studies here. It is putting a previous Cochrane review of 4 RCTs. Let me cross check whether it is a proper reference. Okay. Then comes the rationale, stems from neonatal epidemiology principles, preterm infant. Okay, this is one good rationale. Then comes the problem statement and significance. Looks good, looks neat. Then study objectives. Again, I gave only two. Now there are three study objectives, but that's fine. Then the hypothesis H1 and H2. Study design, observational cohort study, fine. Then strobe alignment has been explained. Study setting, again, site name has placeholders has been given. Then eligibility criteria. Okay, this part is weak because there is only one. Okay, the inclusion has less than 32, admitted to site 32, 72 hours. Okay, inclusion criteria is weak. Exclusion, 1, 2, 3 exclusion, but again, that is weak compared to others. So this is not doing a nice job. Okay. Then comes the definition part. Okay, definition is also very shallow compared to the results from others. Outcomes and definition. Okay, fading intolerance definition, NEC incidence, secondary outcome. Okay. So far, I am not happy with the way it came out compared to the results in Gemini and and ChatGPT deep research. Grok's one is not that good. Bias and strength to address it. Okay, it's identifying the 5 biases, but a detailed explanations are not there. Okay. Study size feasibility, fine. Sample size calculation also it's not done in a proper way. Let me have a look at the sample size calculation consensus. I forgot to look in detail into that. Okay, it has not done a proper sample size calculation. Okay, so I think only Gemini was successful in conducting a proper sample size calculation. Then comes a statistical analysis plan. Again, it's a shallow work. It's not giving the proper analysis plan. Okay. Then some missing data plan. So everything is done in a shallow way. It's not at all happy with the way it's being done. Then regarding the budget, it has given a huge budget for conducting this study and how it will be disseminated. But again, I feel like this is too much amount that has been allocated. Then the references part, I think there are 5 references, but I can see that there are so many citations in the above write-up, but all of them are not mentioned the references. And it is also not in a proper Vancouver or I think it's in APA style. And with the links are there. Again, it missed so many references. And in the appendices section, there is the stroke crosswalk table. This seems fine. Gantt chart. Okay, this looks decent. Again, it's a textual version. Data collection form. Okay, data collection form is also too small, right? So that's also not that good. Limitations. Okay, it has done a small limitation. Key citations. Okay, so overall, it's a very, very uh, like uh, like half-baked work, right? So we suppose if we are taking this, we need to do so much rewriting to make it better. So I think so far the lowest rank will be given for Grok. So our Perplexity is still doing its work. So we'll wait for Perplexity to finish. Now let's have a look at the Perplexity's write-up. Now, Perplexity's one was really funny. What happened is it took around some 12 minutes to prepare this. And it was showing like it's a huge document with 7,000 words. One protocol named NICU GRA protocol.md has been created. Some appendix has been created. Analysis plan has been created. So it's telling me so many files has been created. And then it is glorifying itself, telling like it's aligned with so many things and so on. Then compliances requirement, it has put so many tick marks on that and immediate use cases, and it is telling like all the files are saved in workspace. Okay. Now I got confused because I'm not able to visualize whatever it's been done. Like it's not at all shown here. The links are not clickable, but it's telling like it has done so much. Okay. So within Perplexity, there is an area called spaces. There is no place called workspace. Okay. So what I done is I went to the menu and there is an area called spaces. So I clicked on spaces and it was completely empty. Okay, there is nothing there. And I was just confused where exactly this is located. Then I went back to the chat. Then I asked Perplexity itself, like I cannot find the file. So I mentioned like I cannot find the above mentioned workspace or any of the files. Give me instruction on how to locate it because it's nowhere to be seen. Then it's telling like this workspace is something a temporary location within the backend, within the no, it's not accessible to me, it's in the backend. Okay. And to view it, I need to again send an instruction telling like display files directly. I don't know why it's doing such an approach, because it's supposed to give me the output directly, right? There is no point in creating such a glorious it's supposed to be awesome files in the background and not giving it to the user is a really bad thing, right? So it's telling me either I should specifically tell it to display the files so that it will show that, or create downloadable files. Okay, like PDF, docx, markdown, and then export as a single comprehensive document. So many instructions were given. Okay, so this instruction was there only when I specifically mentioned about it. So I told it to display all the files directly. Okay, then it again took another 5 minutes to display them. Then it's telling like didn't persist the limitations file system. I don't know whether this is the original one that is being shown, because there is an apology in the beginning telling like it's not able to access the files now. Then it started generating once again, and after 5 minutes, it generated this. So let's have a review of how exactly the protocol is. Okay, whether it really that great as mentioned by Perplexity itself, telling like it's great. So let's see. So initially, it's almost similar to the other ones. Everything placeholders has been put everywhere. Executive summary is there, which is it's okay. It's not in a proper paragraph abstract style. It's in a more like a point-wise style. I'm not a big fan of that, because usually summary doesn't have all these subheadings. It will be in the form of 2 or 3 paragraphs. So that part is a big negative side. Then it came up with the background and rationale part. The one thing I noticed is there are zero references. There are no citations with any previous study. So everything is coming from its own memory. So I cannot completely rely on the authenticity of all the claims and all the sentences, because there can be hallucination. Because Perplexity usually writes with references. That's its trademark, but that is missing here. Okay. Now, if you think like maybe this is a something that is wrong has been happened, or maybe it's an issue with this particular output. I tried a second one also. This is a second one. The same issue happened with this. It tried to regenerate, but the regenerated part it was missing. Then I told it to display the files, and again it created something like this without any references. So I'm feeling like Perplexity is not able to do it in a proper manner. Okay. Then it has created a rationale of the study, which is a decent one, not that great. Then problem statement. Okay. Again, not that great. Objectives. Again, it has the 2 primary objectives, then created 6 secondary objectives. Then H1 and H2 hypothesis. Then some decision points. Study design, non-randomized observational study, quasi-experimental cohort design, fine. Rationale of the why this particular study design was chosen, and rationale has been given. Study period has been divided into 3 categories: pre-study, data collection phase, and data analysis phase. So that's good. But the original duration I mentioned was 6 months, but that has been changed to 8 months by Perplexity, which is not a good thing, right? It should stick to the original timeline. Then study setting, it's told me to mention the name of the hospital where the study will be conducted. Then site specific details. Then participant details. Inclusion criteria was a decent one, because it created a proper 5 different types of inclusion criteria and 4 different exclusion criteria. So compared to others, this was say good, say better job compared to the consensus one or the previous ones. Okay, all the previous ones. Then regarding the participant flow, okay, then sample size calculation, again it hasn't done a proper sample size calculation. It has done some speculations, like this will be the admission, this will be the period, and so on. Again, that's not a proper method. We should at least do the minimal sample size calculation, right? So that part was missing. Then exposure definitions, okay, it's giving the definition. Definition for abandoned routine GRV monitoring. Then data sources exposure, outcome definitions. So primary outcome was diagnosed feeding intolerance. So that definition is given. Again, there is no citation. So I cannot take this, cannot completely rely on this definition, right? Then comes the operational management, secondary outcomes, outcome measurement timeline. Okay. Okay, so many things are there. Most of them are unnecessary. Okay, confounding control strategy. It hasn't mentioned anything regarding bias so far. Then data collection. Okay. Now it has got the bias. So selection bias, confounding bias. Okay. So it's telling me the proper mitigation material. This part is pretty good because it is addressing the bias that can occur and how it can be mitigated. Okay. So that's a good thing. Detection bias. Okay. Exposure misclassification. Okay. Outcome misclassification, missing data. So this part has done a wonderful job. Bias part and how to mitigate that issue. Okay. Then study size and feasibility, fine. Analysis plan. So analysis plan, it's categorizing into intention to treat and per protocol population. Primary analysis plan, it's mentioning the chi-score or Fisher's exide. Okay, it's mentioning some statistical test. Then, okay, binary logistic regression, fine. So it's a very not a detailed plan. It's only touching it superficially, not a good data analysis plan. And let's go for the appendices. It's a huge one, right? This is compared to other draft. This is too large. And we don't need this much. Here is ethical consent statement. Again, it's not referring to that Canadian specific waiver of consent part. That is missing. That's a negative side. So let's look at the appendixes. Okay, so we got activities to be done in each month. Fine. Budget. Okay, so again giving a huge budget of $145,000. Okay, so that's a huge budget. Then references are missing. Okay, appendix is okay. So we got stop checklist crosswalk. That's not good. The Gantt chart is not given visually. That's again a bad thing. Data collection form outline. That's also a bad. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, and so I'm not at all happy with the way it's been done. There is no citation. Half of the content is completely superficial and bogus. So I think this is Perplexity is now competing with Grok for the last position, right? So far it's a very bad work. Now let's have a quick look at the Gemini and ChatGPT part, because in both of them, that Gantt chart preparation part was missing. Okay, so I'll just show you how this can be done. If we already had the art. I just went there to Gemini and opened that particular deep research where we had gone through. Okay, so it has all the data. Suppose in the follow-up, if I'm telling it to visualize a Gantt chart, it won't be able to do it because you can see deep research is activated. So if you want to create a Gantt chart, we have to activate the nano banana, that banana icon one. But when I try to look at that, we can see that option is not here. Okay. And if I try to change it here, it is telling like it will create a new chat. Okay. So you won't be able to activate nano banana, but there is a secret method. I will tell you the secret method. So what you need to do is you can close the chat here, not at the top, chat here. So you'll be taken to that chat window itself. Okay, and you can click on this anytime and you can reopen. Okay, here there is a follow-up area. Okay, and this area you will be able to change. Presently, you can see deep research is selected. You can click here and change it to create images. Okay. Now the create image mode is activated. Now here you can mention, because anyway it has access to the deep research here. So here you can mention create a vibrant and colorful Gantt chart for the above study, showing the activities to be done in the proposed 6 months period. Okay, so I think that will do. Let's give this a try. So now the Nano Banana need to be activated. It will get access to this chat. So hopefully it will go through the proposed plan that Gemini has suggested for the 6 month, and it will be able to create a beautiful Gantt chart. Okay, so far all other tools has failed to create a visual Gantt chart. Everyone was trying to create a textual one. Excellent. Now you can see it has creating an elaborate Gantt chart. Okay, so phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, 6 months. What exactly that is being done? Okay. In case we want to refine it further, we can tell like usually within the Gantt chart, we won't have the writing in the chart area, right? So that we can mention specifically, like we need only the visualization. So it will create a recreate a new Gantt chart, in which only the visual elements will be there in this chart area, and all the text will be there in the left side. Okay. So that also can be created. So now you will be able to get the idea. So once you get an idea, you will be able to refine it further, right? So let me go back to our chat GPT also and see whether chat GPT can also create a Gantt chart. Okay, so let me reopen that particular chat in chat GPT where we generated the deep research. ChatGPT is also good at the visualization, so it should be able to do a nice job. Okay, so this was our proposal, right? So this was our proposal. Great. Now in the follow-up, I can click on plus. Okay, this is a follow-up. Click on plus and click create image. Okay, here I can put the same prompt. Create a vibrant, colorful Gantt chart for the above study showing the activities to be done in the proposed 6 months period. Okay, so let's see whether it can create a Gantt chart. So in the when we tried creating the appendices in the previous session, we didn't include Gantt chart in the appendices. Okay, so that's why it was missing there. Even then, if you mention that, it will be a textual one, because in the deep research mode, both Gemini and ChatGPT cannot create visuals, so that will be missing. But we can always do this as a follow-up. It will take a bit more time compared to Gemini's one, but usually ChatGPT is pretty good with the Gantt chart. Now, Gantt chart is a very vital part of your proposal, because it actually shows how well you have meticulously planned the study, and members of the IRB or IRC or the research committee will be really happy. You are meticulous regarding the planning and all those, and they will just by looking at the Gantt chart, they will get a clear idea. Oh, this is an excellent one, right? I'm really happy with this one, because it has created a really colorful one, because I use the word vibrant. Okay, that's why it's looking that excellent. In case you don't want it to be so colorful, you can instead of vibrant, you can put like a professional one. Okay, so it will look so much professional modern, like that you can put. So we have the 6 months activity, we have the different steps, and how each activity needs to be done. Okay, now there's a small issue I noticed. It's like you can see everything is run in a not in a proper manner, right? Everything, like you can see, data collection is starting from the middle of month 2, it's ending in month 4. But sadly, data analysis should be starting after that, but you can see it's starting even before the data collection ends. So I feel like it looks very stunning, but its accuracy is low. So you can always give a follow-up prompt telling like some issues are there, correct it according to the exact plan that is proposed. So it will do. Okay, but this is a way of visualizing it. All right, now when we come back to our final verdict, like we have tried 5 different deep research modes of 5 different AI tools, and we need to have a final winner, right? So, and the final winner is any guesses? For me, it's Gemini. Clearly, Gemini is the best one out of all 5. Deep research mode of Gemini, which can do it in an excellent manner. It will help you to meticulously plan the research proposal with proper references in each area. It can do the sample size calculation automatically. It can create the references, citations at the end in whatever style that you prefer. It can do all the appendices that's required by your institution, and it gives importance to the your geographic specific guidelines and laws while consideration, because it is doing proper research in the background before writing. All right, and it has we can even specify it to refer to certain databases alone. Like you can tell it should be written purely based on PubMed or Scopus articles, indexed articles. So it will specifically give importance to that. Okay. Only limitation I notice with Gemini is the over delivery. Gemini is almost like the genie that is too happy to please you. So even if you tell it to write a 2000 word proposal, you might get a 5000 word one with some 25 pages. So you have to do some trimming. But obviously, when you are writing a proposal, you should not take the AI output directly and present it or submit it, right? You will take this as a draft and then you will do the manual screening, manual verification, manual cleaning up, right? So obviously, even if Gemini delivers you a 25-page proposal, you have to trim it down to 10 pages, like how exactly that is required by your institution. But Gemini will be your best friend, which will help you to deliver it in a proper manner with standard definitions and all the citations, and following the standard guidelines like STROBE and STROBE, right? So that's it regarding the research proposal creation. Now, in the next, I will add two more extra sessions in which how you can do the sample size calculation and how you can do the DAG mapping. All right. So thank you so much.